I'd actually gone up to watch Galway the week before, and with no disrespect to them, but Sligo were the better team that day. And I just thought if we played the way we've been playing the past few weeks, that we could win, yeah, for sure. Pretty low, to be honest with you. Tried to get it out of my head. I know that there's nothing to be gained from dwelling on a mistake like that, but I couldn't really. It was tried telling myself that, look, just forget about it, but it kept playing in my mind because I just know that a goal early in the game gives you a massive boost as a team, not only to yourself but the team. And yeah, it was a bit of a shock to the confidence, but thankfully I got an opportunity a few minutes later and I tucked it away, so it was kind of forgotten about a little bit. The other one was quite a good chance too. I just couldn't get my feet sorted, but definitely, yeah, the first one, yeah, the first one and the third one were definitely easier. I think if you'd asked me in July, start of August, if I'd have 11 goals, I wouldn't have thought it was possible. I think I've only really started playing in the team regularly since that Sligo game, which is probably 8-9 games ago. Probably 8 games ago, yeah. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't have thought I'd have double figures. I'm happy with it, but again, it'll count for very little if we don't stay up. It's hard because everyone's kind of, Pats are pretty much playing everyone, and it's going to be hard to see I'm going to be honest about it. I don't know how much they're up for it. They're a bit flaky at the minute, and are they going to be up for it? It looks like they might get caught for Europe, which should be an incentive, but look, we'll see. I'd like to think that they'll beat the teams that are below them because they're a better team than them, but whether they'll do it or not, I don't know. I definitely think 6 points and we're off the bottom. The playoff, I don't know, being honest with you, we don't want to be in it, but I mean, I think if you offered it to us now, we'd take it over the possibility of being directly relegated, but definitely we're aiming for a lot higher than that. I think we're taking one game at a time, but I think they're 3 winnable games, and that's no disrespect. I know Shamrock Rovers are a very good team, but at home, I feel like we could beat anyone. We can also lose if we don't show up, but I think they're 3 winnable games, definitely. It was incredible, really, considering it was an away game. They outsang the Galway fans for the entire night, and look, it was definitely a 12th man. I mean, I tend to tune out in games in that sense and not really notice it, but whenever the ball goes out of play, you definitely do. And I remember Clarkey was saying it, that like there was one time he was tracking back and he really noticed it, even though he was mid-tracking back and mid-sprint, he really felt the crowd behind him, and it is a plus. I mean, I think it'd obviously have to be a plus, wouldn't it? It'll be big because it's a big pitch and we're used to playing and it actually suits us, but it's a big plus. Being at home, like, it's just the little things, not having to travel, not having to eat in hotels, and you're just in your own routine, and it's like a normal day to you, so it's definitely a big plus. And I mean, if you look at any top level, home form is huge, like, it applies to the League of Ireland also. Football is just such a short game. I mean, things change so quickly in it. I mean, they change weekly, but yeah, like, it doesn't feel like we're a team that's bottom. I mean, when you look at the table, you nearly have to think, is that really us down there? But yeah, like, the reality is we are down there and we no room for complacency. We have to go and win every single game. Look, the reality is if the commercial side of it isn't there, then it doesn't matter what you do on the pitch, and it's the same the other side. If you're doing the right things off the pitch but things aren't right on the pitch, you're struggling. Look, I think clubs are starting to realise it now. I mean, it needs to, the FAI also need to do more. It's definitely something the teams need to look into. But yeah, Cork are definitely leading light, but even when you look at them, they could still be doing more. I think everyone could be doing more, but yeah, definitely. Any town like Galway, Limerick, Derry, they've got communities behind them already. They've got an advantage over the Dublin clubs. I think Shamrock Rovers obviously have it because they're out in Tala and they're a bit segregated, but yeah, definitely Limerick have massive potential. And I mean, let's face it, soccer is the biggest club, the biggest sport in the country by a long way. I mean, everyone watches it, everyone plays it. Every Saturday you go on Facebook and there's people ranting and raving about Liverpool and that. I mean, it's huge, and we just need to tap into that potential. I think we constantly just rely on England to produce our players, and everyone wants to have good football on their doorstep. I don't think anyone. I go over to Barcelona quite a lot and go to games and that, but I'd love to have great atmosphere on my doorstep every Friday too. I mean, you're not in competition with them. You can do both simultaneously. I mean, look at the Belgian league. They're surrounded by Germany, they're surrounded by France, England's just across the channel, yet they have a thriving league. I mean, we're using England as an excuse.